WWE NXT was live from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas last night for NXT Battleground. 6 matches, tons of diversity, a lot of new champions. Not really, but let's get into the card. NXT opened up the show with a 6-woman ladder match for the inaugural NXT Women's North America Championship featuring Michin, Last by Legend.
Is that Last by Legend? Ash by Elegant? I said Last by Legend.
Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, Sol Ruka, and Fallon Henley. This was a very fun opener to start off the show. We saw a lot of shining from women like Sol Ruka, who was hitting double soul catcher spots, which is really, really cool. Last Legend was just power overing everybody until one point where everybody teamed up and just like military pressed her out of the ring onto a ladder, which may have been the dopest spot of the whole night. Michin was like the ring general leading the charge in some ways. I do wish we would have saw more Jada Parker and Fallon Henley. I think their spots were kind of missing in spurts. Also, the match in some parts felt clunky in timing. Like, I think you would have to have seen a lot of ladder matches to really understand when I say clunky in timing. I guess the best way I could really describe it is that there were points in a match where I noticed that there were blocks of time where they were waiting for the next woman to get her spot in. Like, these transitions weren't as seamless as other ladder matches I have seen. Obviously, some inexperience was showing in this match, but it's NXT, so I come to expect this. In the end, it was Kalani Jordan who came out the winner and the inaugural NXT North American Women's Champion. I said in my predictions, I'm not mad at whoever wins this match because all women have a case for why they should win this match. All these women are likable. Kalani Jordan is good. She wasn't really my first or second choice, but I'm curious to see where her run goes, and I'm happy for her. I would give this women's ladder match 4 stars. It's very fun. If you compare it to Money in the Bank matches, it falls way on the back of the list, but overall a good time, and I like the champion who won. This match was followed by Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending their NXT Tag Team Championships against the Good Brothers. Axiom and Nathan Frazier bringing the speed was really the best part of this match when they were flying all over the place and doing their tag team spots. They have great cohesion. They really brought it because I'm not going to lie, parts of this match were just boring and I found myself off pondering, doing other stuff like checking my phone or just focusing on my chat. And this is not to say the Good Brothers are a bad tag team. They have never been my flavor in the ring, put it that way. I'll fast forward to the end because there's not too much to say. Axiom and Nathan Frazier got the win and retained the NXT Tag Team Championships. It's not bad. It just feels like they weren't really doing anything in parts. I would say it's largely very, very decent, almost good. We had Lola Vice versus Shayna Baszler in an NXT Underground match. When I first heard this match, I thought they were going to do like a fight pit, but instead they took all the ropes off and made this like a GCW Bloodsport match, and I messed with that so heavy. As soon as the bell rung, they went into like their UFC stances, and they were straight up throwing punches and kicks at each other with takedowns. It felt like I was watching an authentic UFC match for the first minute. I was locked in. Now after 2 minutes, they went outside the ring, and Shayna Baszler sent it to the barricade, and I'm like, okay, okay. There were parts where I think they just remembered they were wrestlers and they wanted to wrestle each other, and I'm like, stick to the script! Stick to the script! It's a Bloodsport match! Stick to the script! But no, I definitely enjoyed this match a lot. The grapples, the strikes, the takedowns, even the announce table spots that happened in between. This was really, really fun. Really, really cool to see. Lola Vice ended up knocking out, well, she didn't knock her out. She knocked her down with a punch and then went on top of her and was raining blows, and then she won by TKO. Lola Vice won this match and started emoting right afterwards. I just love it. She also had a segment with Sexy Red where Sexy Red said, hey, you want to twerk? And then they just started twerking. I'm like, yes, this is what NXT has come to. They just start twerking out of nowhere. I don't know whether that's better or for worse, but I don't have an issue with it. I would say this match is 4 stars. Not your typical match, but I think you'll find a lot of enjoyment out of it. And this is everything that I think the crowd in Detroit, I would know because I was there, would have wanted Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey to be, but we got this now and I'm happy about it. Next out the gate was Obafemi defending his NXT North American Championship against Wes Lee and Joe Coffey. I was at Wells Fargo at NXT Stand and Deliver when Obafemi defended his championship against Dijak and Josh Briggs in what I still believe is the second best match out of all of WrestleMania weekend. So going into this match, I had my expectation there, and I feel like I shouldn't have, because coming out of this match, I was just like, it was good, but it was like, it was nowhere near what I saw. Like, a month ago. Obviously, Wesley being a cruiser in this match brought some new flavor to what that previous triple threat match was. He was flying all over the place. There was one point, this really dope spot, where Obafemi had him on the middle rope and he military press slammed him in midair on the middle rope onto Joe Coffey. That spot was really fucking sick. Joe Coffey was doing some stuff in this match too. I don't know what it was. I don't remember what it was, but he was doing something in this match. Gallus interfered at one point, which I'm like, Gallus. Obafemi and Wesley fended them off. Obafemi came out of this match with the win. He is still your NXT North American champion. This man has just been killing the game ever since I started watching NXT. This man's ready now. Listen, you could take the title off him tomorrow and have him go right to SmackDown. He is ready now. I understand, he's still in his championship reign. Give him a little bit more time in NXT. Maybe even become NXT champion for a little bit. I understand it. I get it. But when it comes time for that draft next year, he better be a first-round draft pick. That's all I'm saying. I would give this match 3 3/4 out of 5 stars. Nothing amazingly impressive happened in this match outside of like that one spot, but overall good. Roxanne Perez defended her NXT Women's Championship against TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace. It is still very surreal to say this out loud, but yes, a TNA Knockouts champion was on WWE television competing for a WWE television championship. Was it the main roster? No. But it is still WWE, which tells me that this WWE TNA partnership is moving in the right direction. Also, this match was kicking ass. Like Roxanne Perez being the David heel. We don't really see too many David and Goliath battles where David's the heel and Goliath is the babyface, but this match had that. And I still believe that Roxanne needs a little bit more tuning with her heel work because even though she comes out and she's dressed and moves like a heel, she still wrestles like a face largely. I think it's a Liv Morgan case where she just has to grow into the role. But Jordynne Grace brought a different moveset to the NXT roster, which we have not seen. If you've seen Jordynne Grace wrestle in TNA, then you know what I mean when I say her style is a lot more hard-hitting than the women at NXT are. She's fast, more hard-hitting, and I mean, come on, her finishing move is a pump handle driver. I don't think anybody on WWE television has a driver as a finisher because it's not considered a very safe move in WWE. We didn't see it in this match, but maybe soon. Now, these women went back and forth for about a good 15 minutes until we saw Jordynne Grace coming back and starting to get to a position where she might actually win. Because there were some close calls where I thought, oh shit, they might actually give it to her. Especially when she countered the Pop Rocks into like a widow's peak. However, that spot cued Tatum Paxley, who came out and then took Jordynne Grace's TNA Knockouts Championship. Which I think kind of indicates to me that this Friday at TNA Against All Odds, we're going to see Tatum Paxley versus Jordynne Grace for the Knockouts Championship. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But Tatum took the championship, and this brought out Ash by Elegance, also known as Dana Brooke in WWE, who stopped her, and then Jordynne Grace stopped both of them. I on stream called her Lash by Legend, and I don't think I will ever live that down, unfortunately. Jordynne Grace got into the ring. She went to go hit her pump handle driver onto Roxanne, but Roxanne countered this with a cutter, which I thought was a dope counter. This led into her hitting the Pop Rocks and getting the clean pinfall victory over Jordynne Grace. Roxanne Perez retaining the NXT Women's Championship. Am I mad at this result? No, because I didn't honestly believe Jordynne Grace was going to beat her. I just thought it would have been very cool to see. Match itself, I thought this was easily match of the night. I would give this 4 1/4 out of 5 stars. Jordynne Grace in NXT, big W. I'm going to see more of it. How much more of it will we get? I don't know. But if we see more Jordynne Grace in NXT, you won't hear a complaint out of me. One night, she proved why when her contract comes up, she may want to heavily consider going to the WWE brand. The main event, Trick Williams defended his NXT Championship against All Ego Ethan Page in his first ever match in WWE. This match was a little bit of a mixed bag for me, not gonna lie. Because in the beginning, Ethan's going at Trick is working from underneath. Their chemistry is like fine, nothing enticing, but fine. Just a lot of back and forth for 10 minutes. Then Ethan Page gets him on the outside and power slams him through the announce table. Hits him in the ring and hits the Razor's Edge. Now I thought that was the finish because I'm pretty sure that's his finishing move. But Trick hits out, and I'm like, oh shit, this is still going on, let's go. And then very soon after this, Trick Williams hits a Trick knee out of nowhere and gets the pin, and that's the finish. And Trick Williams is still your NXT champion. Like, I don't know, man. This match was on par to being really good, and then the finish just, I don't know, it's kind of ruined. Like, two big spots, and then Trick just gets up and hits his finisher out of nowhere. I'm not mad that Ethan lost. I didn't think he should have won. I don't think this match did him any favors with him being pinned clean after hitting two big moves on the Trick Williams. I would give this match 3.5 out of 5 stars. Very decent, almost good, but Comment down below what you guys thought about NXT. Talk more soon.